It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Reverend Peter and Reverend John are on their way to church. And on the way, there is a lame man, a broken man, a needy man. And Peter and John does something mind-blowing, radical. Did you hear who I said they were? They were church leaders on their way to conference. And a broken man tries to get their attention, and they do something extremely radical. Do you want to know what they did? They stopped. A broken man, a needy man, and church folk stop. A broken, needy, an HIV/AIDS man, a welfare mother, a brother looking dangerous with his pants hanging down, a sister with her skirt up above her hips and her hose is running, an unemployed man, a depressed boy, a lonely woman, and they stop. And they say to the man who is sitting by the gate called Beautiful. Now, this is not the gate to the city. This is the gate to the church. And might I add that every entrance to the church ought be considered beautiful. David said, I was glad when they said unto me, let's go into the house of the Lord. You ought to get happy every time it comes time to go to church. And so he was by the gate, and Reverend Peter and Reverend John on their way in, and they stop. And they tell him, we don't have what you're asking for, but we got what you need. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Beggars tend to look down and look away. And many of us don't mind if they look down and look away, because you always look down and look away from those who are superior. But Peter and John, knowing that we are all brothers and sisters, said, come on, lift up your head and look at us. And then they take the brother by the hand and they give him what they have. They ain't got no they ain't got no silver, they ain't got no gold, but they got something. And all they got is a name. That's all they got is a name. And the name they drop on him, they are name droppers. And the name they drop on us make us wonder if they knew what they were doing. The name they drop on them is the name Jesus. Now, wait a minute, Peter. Wait a minute, John. You're using that name? He's been crucified. Come on, we need something for now. He's crucified, and if that were not enough, he ascended. We were there when he rose, so we need something here and right now. And they used the name of the one who'd been crucified. And do you know what happened? That name released something. Hallelujah. And the Bible said strength went in to weak ankles, and he stood up and he walked. That was then, but this is now. Does Jesus still work? Does he still work?